Tuesday, June 10th. We're gonna pick up where we left off, what we tried to get done with yesterday. Yesterday it rained, so nothing got done. Today we're going to spray the garden with a baking soda solution for powdery mildew. All right, the first things first, we need to mix up our solution to spray the garden. And of course, I forgot half of what we needed. We're going to spray the garden for powdery mildew. I noticed what looked like powdery mildew on some of the sunflowers out in the garden. So we're going to get those sprayed, and we're going to just spray the rest of the garden as well. You know what I'm saying? We're at the moment we have a lot of squash, zucchini, and sunflowers, and that's not all that we have. Mainly what we have, and all of those are susceptible to powdery mildew. So we're going to we're going to uh, we're going to get that straightened out. So let me go grab the black soap, and I'll be right back. All right. All right. Now I usually let's see if we can make a spot so y'all can see what's going on. Cause I usually sit over here and make this stuff when I'm dealing with this stuff. Never thought about having a film with this hanging basket thing right here. Now we're gonna do this. Uh, I think it's gonna be easier to mix up the solution in the bucket and then pour it into the sprayer. That way I don't have to worry about putting um, baking soda directly into the sprayer. Let's do this. Let's make y'all a little bit shorter. Make y'all a teeny bit shorter. Can we? Can you see? All right. Don't know how many people gonna show up today. I did not get the word out. Really thought it was gonna rain like all week, honestly. But now it looks like it's supposed to rain also. It's all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up this nutrients. I mean, solution. We're gonna mix up this solution for the to treat powdery mildew, and it is basically a teaspoon. No. 1 tablespoon of baking soda per gallon of water that we're gonna use, and I use about a teaspoon of dish of black sugar per gallon as well. So So what we're gonna do is just dump 5 tablespoons of baking soda here. We're gonna treat most of the garlic. Look at that. I almost got exactly the right amount. Ooh, dunk it. Ooh, dunk it. Alright, now that that's done, we need 5 teaspoons of black soap. We're using black soap. You can use Castile soap, you can use Dawn, whatever your favorite soaps are. Well, you know what? It's not really supposed to use detergent for real. So I would go with Dawn or Castile soap. Um, I have. So like I said, we're gonna go with a teaspoon per gallon of black soap. So it's 5 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. So we're gonna put 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons. Give us the same. Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt. You know what? Let's just put a little extra. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 tablespoons, which is 6 teaspoons. Hopefully this doesn't kill anything. We'll see. All right. Now that we got that in there, we need to give this a good stir. I always try to stir clockwise. I don't know, 15, 30 seconds, thinking happy thoughts, right? You gotta put your intentions into your solution. Bro, I should have got like a mosquito coil or something, bro. I'm gonna get West, I'm gonna get West Zika, West Island Zika out here. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna stir this clockwise for 30 seconds or so, trying to make sure the baking soda is dissolved. We're trying to put our positive energy and our intentions into our solution as well. So what I'm thinking as I'm stirring, other than die mosquitoes die, is you know, this nutrient solution will protect the garden. It will get rid of any type of powdery mildew that I think I might have seen, or downy mildew. Um, it will provide health and nourishment to the garden, to the soil, to the plants, and finally my family. Oh, now the way this works, right, or why this works, based on what I know, is we all know base, but we may not know baking soda is very basic. It has a high pH, right? So when you mix this in a solution and you spray it on the plant, it raises the pH of the surface of the plant. Most things in like plants, bacteria, fungi need a certain pH to operate properly. So when we use this solution, we raise the pH and we throw the pH off outside of the range that the fungus for, I think it's a fungus for powdery mildew likes to reside in. So before it can't reside there, it's almost flew in my eye. Yo, doing? You're doing the mostest. All right, now that we have that mixed up, we're gonna get the sprayer filled up, and we're gonna see how we're gonna fill this sprayer without making a mess. Oh man, look at my baby. Look at my baby. Look at my Cadota feed. My Cadota feed looking pretty bad, bro. It's been out there chilling, but I have not made sure it had water. So it look kind of sad. I hope it make it. And if not, it's my own fault. But I hope it does. That was a really good air layer. So right now it's been sitting in water. Let's see how can we do this without making it too big of a mess. Because this 5 gallons of water is not going to be light. Making next. Sweet. Oh yeah. Almost filled up. We almost filled up. I don't about wasted extra gallon. Okay, we are pretty much there. This thing is here. All right, let me go grab a paper towel or something so I can wipe this thing off so my bike don't get wet. All right. Just about ready. Guess I don't know. I'm gonna take this stand out here with me too. I'm gonna have to sit y'all down somewhere, bro. These mosquitoes just ain't got no chill. All right. Now, are we ready to go? We should be about ready to go now. We're gonna start up here on the patio. Head. right. That con that concludes the complaining portion of the video. Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's see. Let's throw y'all. Let's do this. Flipper. Let go. Flipper ripper. Let's put y'all on the chest. Yo, and Martin. Yo, what's good? And Mar. I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right, let's give this thing a couple of little pumps. And we're gonna hit this spider plant up first. All right. I gotta just make sure I'm keeping y'all, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna hit these. Look at here. We got some mango seeds that's kind of being eaten and dried out right now. We're gonna hit these spider plants up too. Whoa. All right. These zinnia and I think these are marigold. Blackberries, another fig. This is a Beer's black fig down there. Some blackberries, spider plants, amory, Malabar spinach. Oh, look at this. A lot of water in here too. It's usually when this happens, I let this stay for like a day, right? They stayed in this water all day yesterday. So they come out today. This will be the easiest way, honestly. This is just, if I can grab it. All right, that's that. My bad for the extreme close-up, people. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm walking around with this 40 pounds on my bike. All right, not bad. All right, same thing here. Quick little spray. We on our way. Bergamot. She got a little bit too dry. A couple of days ago, she was like wilting. Right. Now I am trying to get the tops and bottoms best I can. All right. All right. Get this lemon thyme, this yarrow. Rosemary. And what is this? What these geese? I don't know off the top of my head. Basil of some sort? Let's see. It is holy basil. It's holy basil. Tulsi. Alright, we'll give that a quick little. Same thing with this. What is this? Calendula. This is calendula. Some sage. Go on, get up in there. Move, mosquitoes. I hope this stuff kill y'all too. Alright. I'm gonna have a really big left arm after this. Alright, this is comfrey. Let me just see about getting this comfrey propagated. Spray it out into some more places. Alright. This is deal. Got that deal. Alright, now let's head on out. Let's go on out. We're gonna start out there at the outer rim where we first saw this issue at in the sunflowers, and we'll work our way up to the garden. Miss Ducky. Hey, Miss Ducky. You got Miss Ducky. I want to say hey to Miss Ducky. Let's see if we can find Miss Ducky on this thing. Zoom in for Miss Ducky. There go Miss Ducky. Or the back of her head anyway. I don't know if y'all can see the back of her head. Can I point it just with a finger in the camera? Nope, finger too big. But there go Miss Ducky. She out there chilling. Enjoying her morning. Alright. We're gonna probably spray everything out here. We're gonna start with the sunflowers though. The heads are starting to open on the sunflowers. They are looking purty. Okay. Bruh. My OCD. I don't know where to start. We're gonna definitely get these grapes too. Why not? I think the grapes need a copper fungicide. I just hadn't found one to use. I don't really want to use one honestly, but I do have a feeling that my grapes won't thrive unless I do. So I need to find one that's organic if I'm gonna use one. Alright. Spray the grapes, spray the leaves, spray the bottoms of the leaves. Ooh, this thing is heavy. Alright, get them sunflowers, get them sunflowers. You know, I haven't noticed a whole lot of aphids on the ends of the grapes in a while. Normally, the ends be infested with little aphids. Here they go. Here they go, right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not without me zooming in. Let's do this. Let me go way up. Let's do this. Let's find what I'm looking for. Let's zoom in on it. See them little bumps on that ridge, on that vine? Those are little aphids. It's probably gonna not be too clear with me moving and all and background stuff. But those little bumps that you're seeing, can't zoom. Ugh. They aphids. But we're gonna go ahead and check those. Honestly, the baking soda ain't dealing with the aphids as much as possibly the black soap. Need to prune these grapes some more. I'm still trying to figure out grape pruning. The sad part is, like, every time you mess it up, you throw your plant back a year or so. You throw your production back a year or so. Not that I'm trying to just get high production, but I do want the highest I can get, right? I do like grapes. Grapes are one of my favorite fruits. One of my favorite snacks. Now I'm gonna get all wet up in here, but it'll be all right. Let's get these sunflowers. See that? Them leaves are starting to die. I think at this point, when the leaves are starting to die, that the seeds are developing. I think that's how it works. We may end up taking some of these sunflowers to the market and selling them as cut flowers. And just try to leave some at the end to do some seeds for next year. Oh, what is this? Oh, bird. I was about to step back there, but I don't really feel like fighting these plants that lean over in the aisleway. We got a wand. We'll spray from here. Just trying to get the bottom sides and the top side I really don't see what I thought was powdery mildew anymore on some of the other plants. Might have been something else, but it won't hurt them. Hopefully. Famous last words. Right. Right. I probably shouldn't say anything, but usually, the last couple of years I've grown sunflower. I've noticed that the sunflowers seem to be a magnet for leaf-footed bugs. This year, though, hadn't really seen a lot of them. I know I said I wasn't gonna walk backwards, but I'm saying it's best to cover from all directions, from all angles. Just have to move this stuff out the way. My bad, people. Rookie cameraman doing the best he can. All right. Let's go. Let's move. Let's make some progress. We're making some progress. Moving on along. Some of these tall ones, pretty. These gents are pretty tall. 6, 7 feet. If I had to guess. Right. Kind of a thin turnout. I did not advertise the stream this morning. I didn't know what the weather's gonna be like. But hey, it happens, right? We'll get back on it tomorrow. Ooh. Ooh. Spider. All right. Let's get these grapes over here too. Get the back sides of these gents. Whoa. All right. Moving on down. Part of me wishes I had kept the sunflower seeds separate so I know which one is which. And then I was just like, bro, that's a bit too OCD, especially considering why. Ain't nobody asking for sunflowers by name. I'm not growing them because of by the name to try to get like, I don't know, black sunflower seed oil or anything like that. I was really mainly growing them for two purposes. One, they are good at pulling metals out of the soil, so detoxifying soils to a certain extent. Two, their roots are really long, so they get down deep and bring nutrients up and leave them on the ground in the form of their leaves and plant material. Three, I needed the stalks to make a potassium nutritive input for the garden. So, and I like them, they're pretty. I've always liked sunflowers. Like I used to eat sunflower seeds as a kid. Back when it was a David, used to sell them for like a dime a pack, with the tax was 11 cents. And my grandfather used to work on a farm. He was a farm manager. And one year they planted sunflowers. Knowing what I know now, it's probably for like bird hunting, something like that. But we stopped and grabbed some, and he pulled the head off, and he gave me some, and I was just surprised. Because at that age, I thought they came off the plant salted and roasted. And I was like, ugh, they nasty. And he was like, you remember how green peanuts were? And I was like, yeah. He's like, they raw. You gotta do something with them. So that's how sunflowers come off the plant. And I was amazed. Ooh, gotta move on through here. All right. Forgive me in the bouncy, 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 bouncy. All right. Let's get, we're gonna get these. You know, there's a lot of sunflowers to let go to seed. You know, the birds gonna eat some, the squirrels gonna probably eat some. Whatever else eats these things will probably eat some. But they are pretty. Alright. Let's try to keep it. Trying to be thorough without being obsessive. But yeah, I have not seen a lot of leaf-footed bugs. I am not complaining. Maybe it's too early or something. Maybe I'll be singing a different song in a month or a couple of weeks. I wish I actually had the dedication to stand all my sunflowers up when they fall over, or make sure they don't fall over. My bad, I gotta keep this stuff shaking up. Oh, and I found another bag of sunflower seeds, two of them actually, that I separated for whatever reason. Knowing me, I probably started to separate those and didn't realize how daunting that was gonna be and to keep up with all of them. Because each one of these tags represent a different variety of sunflower. So some of them have, most of them have two, some of them have one. We bought a lot of them, a lot of different kinds. But I found some seeds, so we're gonna germinate those seeds and get some of them planted in thin areas. Almost like succession planting for our sunflower. Just not the whole bed. Now this is where I thought I saw some powdery mildew in this area. See, like right here, that little white on that leaf. Now it could have been, or it could have been. Nah, I doubt very serious it's residue from the last time I've done this. We've had rain since then. So we're just gonna err to the side of caution because this is a preventative thing. Like if you already have an infestation of powdery mildew, this is gonna be slow to work, or if it'll work all the way. When you start to grow organically and natural practices, your best bet is prevention. Because there are not a lot of products that you want to use on your plants anyway, just by default. At least me, let me speak for myself. Because we grow natural farm, because we use a natural method, we try not to use too many chemicals outside of what we can make or naturally occurring on Earth. So, which is why I hadn't got a copper fungicide for the grapes. Not that I'm having trouble finding one. I'm really kind of just back and forth. I want to see if any of the natural farming practices of techniques will do a good job or a decent job. Man, that is a pretty sunflower right there. Man, that is pretty. Somebody come look at it. It's like this one here got white stuff all over it. Can I get close enough for y'all to see that? Y'all see that? So that's what makes me say this is powdery mildew. Is it? Your boy don't know. But we're gonna err to the side of caution and treat it like it's easy. And give them a good spray down. Bottom size too, baby. Same thing with you. Man, we almost at the end. I'm so excited. Everybody's excited. Let's get the bottoms as best we can. Now that right here is not a sunflower. It's some kind of weed. This too. I ain't finna reach back there and pull it out either. I'm pretty sure this is super soft. All that rain we got night before last or early morning. Alright. Should be some little ones in here too, like some dwarfs. Oh, and the queen started some more sunflowers. She got them, so she said they'll be ready to come out here pretty soon. I'm gonna put them out here too. Also, if you are struggling with leaf-footed bugs in your garden and they sucking on your tomatoes or, you know what I'm saying, cucumbers or whatever they near, I think, if I'm not mistaken, sunflowers can be used as a trap plant for leaf-footed bugs. So you can plant you some, and they should want to eat the sunflower more than they want to eat the other stuff. Now, understand you are sacrificing the sunflower, right? It's a sac plant. It's a sacrificial plant. It's a trap plant. It is there to. It is there as a means of natural control of predatory insects against the food that you do want to eat. Now, if you do want to eat your sunflowers, you may want to put them somewhere where you don't have high leaf-footed bug pressure. But I'm gonna be for real. I hadn't really noticed. I have never really noticed what they do detrimentally to the plant. Like I saw a lot of them last year. They suck on the back of the heads mostly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really. We still had a ton of sunflower seeds. Like I didn't. Yeah. Like we still got some now from last year. You know, well, I think we might actually get into selling seeds as well at the market. Only because, I mean, we grow heirloom varieties for the purpose of not having to repurchase seed. We only really want to buy new genetics. We don't really want to, like we grow okra every year. We don't want to have to buy okra every year. Oh, there's a little bird. I didn't even see little homie down there. Can y'all see him? I wonder if that's like a mourning dove. Y'all see that? Wait, y'all see him? Y'all see him? Right back on the other side of my finger right there. Y'all see him? Camouflage in there. I hope y'all can see that. You know, I mean, I can, but I know what I'm looking for too. Y'all see that bird? I want to say that's a mourning dove, but don't quote your boy. Your boy don't know. I just saw something moving before I stepped over in there. I wanted to make sure it wasn't nothing gonna bite my toes. I don't really want to spray him. I mean, it's just baking soda and water. Maybe he got like fleas or something that they help with. Birds have fleas. He got bird fleas. I hope he's okay. Never really been this close to a bird like that, and it's okay. I think he got it though. All right, just about done with this part, and then we're gonna move to the fields. Look at her. Oh, that's a baby. Oh, she a little baby. Wait, is this thing on the camera? Oh, it's not zoomed in, so y'all can see it that way. That's what that is. Yeah, see, just down there on the ground chilling. Yeah, you look young, but I'm not gonna bother you. You can stay right there. You can come on back home in a second, bro. I'm gonna be down in a minute. Cause I know, I don't know if you a baby or what. Mom gonna be looking for you. Somebody gonna be looking for you. And I don't want them problems, big fella. All right, so now we got those done. We're not gonna spray the blackberries. This is starting to feel kind of light. I really want to spray the things that are most susceptible to powdery mildew. Blackberries are, but not so much. Nothing too crazy. Man, look at these blackberries on this thing. Y'all see them blackberries? Y'all see them. Y'all see them. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna be doing today is covering some more of these blackberries. They starting to turn black. But we are gonna treat the figs too. Figs are susceptible to powdery mildew, rust. Which rust is gonna happen. That's kind of what you're seeing with these little yellowing leaves with the spots on them. Rust kind of always happens in this area. It's humid. It may make the leaves fall off, but they'll regrow. It's not detrimental to the plant. I moved this white Marseille fig down here, and it has been loving this area. You know what I'm saying? What a difference the location make, bro. You can give a plant or a person everything that they need to survive, but put them in the wrong environment where they don't have the proper things to thrive. Yeah, it's harsh. This plant had everything it needed. It was just sitting over there. It was too shaded for too long. Barely wanted to grow. This one was too. This one here was on the other side of that green pot, that living tree. Moved it down. I need to put that one in a new pot too, though. All right, let's go. Potato fig. You got one fig on you. I hope this is where I propagated the fig from the porch from. I hope it makes it, the one I propagated. Asian lady beetle, Asian ladybug, look like up on there. Yeah, ain't got no spots. Doesn't have any spots. All right. Now this hibiscus, yeah, this hibiscus, I doubt it's this. Don't have any issues, but better safe than sorry, right? I'm here. And then this is the Delta fig we got from Shaw. From Shaw. We're gonna go ahead and give this a spray down too. I imagine this pot, I'm not gonna try to tip it over. I'm gonna fall down with this water on my back, trying to squat down and get up under this plant and lean it over. I need to figure out some kind of way to make a float system to put in this little pipe so I can easily tell where the water is and is it high, is it low? The self-wicking pots seem to work pretty well. The only complaint that I have is I need a bigger pot. Like this thing, I try to water the garden twice a week, but I need to make sure at least this one, and honestly the ones that's sitting on these little tops, are water more than that. Because I'm pretty sure the water isn't evaporating from this top that fast, but this time tomorrow that thing will be empty. And, it ain't high enough to evaporate water like that fast, right? I don't think. All right, now this fig is a Beer's Black fig. It's growing beautifully. Well, we don't see any figs growing on it just yet, so we're gonna see. All right, this water's feeling kind of low, so I'm finishing up with this. So what we're gonna do, because I don't really want to keep walking around with 40 pounds on my back, is we're gonna go look at the garden area when I finish this to see, are we having any powdery mildew issues on the squash and zucchini. We're gonna check them out. The reason I just said we're gonna spray both of them, I thought this was gonna be enough solution to take care of both of them. But I gotta remember, these plants are getting bigger, which means they require more solution, which means it doesn't go as far as it used to. I fill this thing up one time and I'll be able to spray almost everything I wanted. Things were tiny again too. All right, we're gonna call that done. There's nothing else out here that I'm really worried about getting powdery mildew. Look at my mulberry. I cut the top off the mulberry and it's starting to grow side shoots. Yeah. All right. Oh, stepped on some stickles. Yeah, that hurt, Charlie. All right then. All right. Let's walk on up, Chim. Let's head on up. Let's head on up to the garden. And let's see what the squishes look like. The squishes and the zucchinis. Hey, Miss Duck. Bye, Miss Duck. I love sunflower seeds out there on that tarp. I'm surprised birds didn't eat them. You know what? Maybe birds don't like sitting on the ground when I don't know. Birds laying on the ground to eat worms, so I can't even really say that. Don't know. Don't know why they didn't eat the sunflower seeds I put out there. Morning, babies. How y'all doing? Y'all doing? Oh man. Yeah, I'm talking about spring. Daddy should have been talking about talking about harvesting. All right, so like we got some stuff we need to harvest. Because I have this sprayer on my back, that looks like it might be a problem. Probably not, but might be. I'm just gonna kind of walk around, kind of spot check. At this point, all I'm doing is using up the last of the liquid that I have. So we're gonna do this here. We're gonna just go ahead and spray this, and then we are going to harvest what squash and or zucchini they need to be. And I really don't like spraying my squash and zucchini in the morning. I find that the bees are out here pollinating in the morning more so than the afternoon. Causing a shadow. These look pretty weak. I expect these to be out of here in the next week or so, maybe. We got some. Can y'all see that? Can you see some chives down up in here? That green stuff that's growing is Malabar spinach. My bad, bees. I'm being disrespectful. Y'all trying to eat. Y'all trying to make life, and I'm making life hard for y'all. All right. My bad, man. I'm trying not to go to the open flowers. I'm not gonna spray the insides of the open flowers. Looking out for my little homies, my little workers, my polys, my little pollinators, my poly people. Looking out for my poly people. Anyway, we are coming to the end of this at some point. It just getting light here. And as you can see, I mean, look. I don't know if y'all can tell, but growing this squash vertically is the ish. That is the way to go for me. I mean, everybody today to each your own. But for me, the amount of space that we get to keep because this is growing vertically, as opposed to laying down about 4 feet around, oh, it's great. And even the ones I didn't cage, had I actually gotten real stakes, you know what I'm saying, like this size but taller, about the top size of this cage, 3 or 4 feet, we could have tied them to the stakes. You know what I'm saying? Stake it down good and just strung it to the stake opposed to using the cage. But the cage does help cage the leaves, honestly. As they put the leaves up through there, he does a good job with it. As they grow, you cut off the bottom leaves that help with airflow, helps air get through there, so you don't have a breakout of powdery mildew. With all this rain that we've had, the humidity is up, perfect conditions, and the temps are going up, 80s, 90s, perfect conditions for powdery mildew. I would like to think our practices, our gardening practices, have kind of help us stave off that issue. That's what I'm gonna tell people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna tell people. And yesterday I came through here pruning, like bad looking stuff, like that leaf right there. Just come through here. I'm saying, I've had people ask me, man, your garden looks so good. You don't never have any dead and dying leaves. I'm like, I do. But I put them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do. But once they start to get yellow to the point to where I don't feel like the plant's gonna rejuvenate them, then I pull them. Now, most plants' leaves going yellow from the bottom up anyway. They are the older leaves. They are the ones who put in the most work. They are going to be the first ones to show from any type of nutrient deficiency, especially nitrogen in this case. And then they're the older ones, so they are the older ones. You expect the plant leaves to fall off, honestly, from the bottom up. The bottom leaves were the first ones there. Right. And also, really shouldn't be spraying when the sun is going to be hitting the plants. That could burn them. We're going to kind of just throw caution to the wind and say between a nice little breeze that's coming through here and, you know, luck of the Irish, I guess, luck of somebody, that they're not going to burn. They're not going to burn. I hope not anyway. Got a little tomato in here. I'm doing good. Yeah, we got some squash we need to cook. Should have brought a bowl. Should have brought a bowl to harvest. Should have brought a bowl to harvest. But I didn't. Look at my tomato. Got a tomato in a bucket sitting in water. This tomato was actually growing out of that compost bin. Matter of fact, we still got some potatoes growing in this compost bin. See there? See these tomatoes? That one tomato, and some other ones was growing out the side of it. I just popped it off, stuck it in some soil, stuck the soil in the pot in some water. I figured it'll work, right? Because you can put tomatoes directly in the water and grow roots. You can put them in soil. Now there's a chance that that's too much water and things can go foul. But we'll see. See how much space this thing is taking over just because it's falling over? Like, I should have easily been able to stand this up and it fit in here no problem like the other. With space in between. So I am definitely a proponent for caging your squash. Or growing them vertically however you can. This is the easiest method for us to grow them vertically. I would like to tell you it helps with the squash vine boards and all that. Nah, I can't say that. Honestly, we've lost some with the same method to the squash vine board. My experience, the best thing for that, because we don't use chemicals, is plant early. We'd rather take a chance on the weather killing them than, you know what I'm saying? Because we planted these out in March. And so we had seeds started in February. And that's our plan, is to get them out here early before the squash vine board gets really active. And by the time it gets really active, hopefully your squash have already put off 2-3 flushes and they're on their way out anyway. My bad, bro. These bees. Look at all these bees. Y'all see these bees flying around here, baby? Y'all see them. I like it. In the words of Bougetto Gardener, do you see? Do you see? I love her YouTube. I mean, her Facebook channel, her Facebook page. I love her personality. I do. Get out there and try, baby. I ain't no professionals. You just practical professionals. You just done it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what works in certain capacities. All right. Look at that callaloo. Look at that green amaranth. Looking good. These leaves supposed to be. I need to look up how you eat these leaves. I don't want to eat them. You're supposed to cook them. And it's not like it'll hurt you. I don't think they have anything in them that needs to be cooked out. But actually, what I'm worried about is just roughage. You know what I'm saying? Like collard greens are tougher than mustard and mustard green and turnip greens. Not that you can't eat them raw. They're just gonna put a bigger demand on your digestive system because you have eaten them raw. That makes sense. That makes sense. Got some peppers out here finally. Got one that ain't looking too hot, but he's still hanging in there though, man. He be droopy, but he hanging in there. I don't see anything that look like powdery mildew on these. So we got some Anaheim peppers in the back, some cayenne in the front, 2 and 2, some poblano right there, a serrano right there, and this is a tam jalapeno right here. See it already? See, this is something I'm planning on doing. Oh, knees popping. Oh, see how that split? The top of it was pinched off or died and it split. And there's a pepper growing out of this little one crutch right there. I'm probably gonna pop that off. But this one, same thing. Gonna let it grow and I'm gonna pinch the top off on purpose. I'm gonna try to let it get tall enough, because it's only a little bit over 6 inches tall. I'm gonna try to let it get tall enough to where I can use that cutting to make another pepper plant. But I want my peppers to split and kind of do that right there. I didn't do this on purpose. I think there was another one that was like this, but that is the goal. That is the goal. All right, shake it, shake it, shake it. All right. Get these squishes taken care of. I need to harvest the mint in this bed. That lettuce is still hanging in there. As warm as it's been, it's still hanging in there. Probably because this area don't get that much light. That's my guess. All right. That's pretty much about done. Like I said, I want to use all this stuff, so we're going to kind of once back over it. We got a new kind of okra that we're growing. It's an heirloom variety. They call it tree okra, so I think it's supposed to get like 10-12 feet tall. I'm excited to see what it looks like, what it tastes like, how does it grow, how well does it grow, or not. And then we're going to collect those seeds as well to add to our Clemson Spineless collection of seeds. Oh, that's it right here. This is it right there. This is it. We got this from a farm in Ludlow. I'm gonna butcher this. Nkrumah Tintin okra. All okra comes from Africa. And I think okra originated in Africa, and that is an African variety. I ain't gonna say all of them, because I'm pretty sure Clemson Spiners was created at Clemson. That'd be my guess. The school. That's a guess. Don't know. But the origins of the genetics of okra come from Africa, the motherland. All right, this is about empty, and I can take this heavy thing off. And, matter of fact, let's do this. I'm gonna walk back up toward the house to drop this off. Go grab a bowl, and we're gonna harvest a few little squishes. We're gonna harvest some of these squishes. You know what? Let's spray this, because this did have powdery mildew early in the year, so I treated it the same way. And we got grapes growing in here, ginger. Oh, I got ginger in the house that we grew last year that came out of this bed. It's been just sitting on the counter since then, and it's starting to form little eyes. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna take that ginger, gonna put it in some little pots, some little cups. We're gonna grow it out, and it is going to grow. Oh, look at that morning glory. Oh, I hate morning glories. I planted them things years ago, like 3 years ago, bro. Anytime it gets above 70 degrees, they start sprouting. They pretty flowers, but if you ain't got something for them to climb on, it's gonna choke out everything. And that was my ignorance. Your boy didn't know. Your boy didn't know. They are pretty. I love the flowers on them, but once they do their thing once, they'll do their thing forever. But yeah, we're gonna put some ginger right in this area. That's why this whole area is blocked off like this. The strawberries we just let grow. We let them grow. But the ginger, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do this. I kind of want to till it up. It's kind of small. That bin right over there is where we put like used soil. So I'll probably mix that used soil in up in here. I kind of want to mix some compost. We should have compost ready in this worm tower, and then the worm tower over there in Clayface. That should be ready, but I don't really want to use all my compost to put in the ground somewhere and just let it sit. You know what I'm saying? It might be a get it how you live situation, because these are doing pretty good now. Oh, we got another little shoot coming up. Some more new little growth. Right there. That's a new short. That was the newest one. Right back here. Now we got another. It's growing pretty well. I like it. I like it. I like it. What am I looking like on time? Okay, cool. Not bad. We got a couple more minutes. 7, 8 more minutes before I get on the body, yo. Alright. I'm really trying to empty this thing so I don't have to just pour out the liquid. I'm trying to waste anything. Nor am I trying to let it just sit in here. Ooh, oregano. That's oregano. She needs to be harvested a little bit, cut back a little bit. And that's one of her kids over there in that corner. Right there where my head shadow is. It's one of her kids. I just pulled up some stuff out of the ground. Because every year I bring this back to 1 foot. I bring that back. I pull out everything and leave it at the 1 foot. And throughout the year she grows and does her thing. So I just pulled some out and stuck it over there. Bruh, you ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been spraying stuff, been praying, oh, I need this stuff to make it to the end of the rope or the end of the bed, and I see them run out quicker. Now I'm hoping this stuff runs out quicker. And it's like the pumper, the sprayer that never ends. We got a dead looking leaf up in here we don't have to take care of. All I need for it to do is spit. I don't even know if grapes suffer from powdery mildew, but it can't hurt, right? Because I am kind of want to use this as a fungicide as well. Hopefully, throwing the pH off messes with those, whatever fungus that happens to grapes too. I'm really surprised at how well these grapes are growing here, because this spot does not get a whole lot of sun. Gets enough though. All right. Now we're gonna call that fair, and I'm gonna go ahead and go grab a bowl to put these squash in. Oh, you know what? Yeah. What I do is the last of this stuff. Let's just walk around to the front. Got some stuff in front of the garage that I could probably spray this on. Yeah. We got plants everywhere. Plants everywhere. This cucumber ain't looking too good. This should have been in the ground, I'm sure. That's probably why they looking all blah, 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 blah. Oh, I hate walking on concrete barefoot. My ankles and hips gonna end up hurting. Let's just give all this a lot of okra. The little short stuff with the oblong with them little leaves. Okra, 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 okra. Mugwort. It's a mugwort. Got a snake plant over there. Oh, now we at the end now, baby. Oh, yeah. Everybody, y'all get a little shot of this. Some more tomatoes. Pineapple sage. What is this? Chamomile? Yeah, chamomile, dill, mullein. Oh, the queen harvested some mullein and processed it. I want to see what this like. Mullein is good for the respiratory system, whether you smoke it or drink it in the tea. I don't really know how smoking mullein gonna help with your lungs, but hey, you know what? Have I ever seen the lemon balm go to flower? It's starting to flower. Huh. I don't know. Oh yes, but this is it right here. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go on back and walk around and go on back through there. I will walk through the garage, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect my family's privacy. I don't know who's up moving around, wearing what. A house full of boys, house full of young men and lady. So they might be walking around in their underdrawers. The young men. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at them purple flowers on this banana mint. Party. Y'all see that white stuff coming out of there? We are at the end, bro. We are at the end. Can almost run. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right. I'm gonna drop this off and go grab a bowl to grab a bowl or strainer, something to put this in. I don't have a harvesting basket. I used to. I had a wicker one. But then when I stopped gardening, it became like a clothes basket. And now I'm pretty sure it's broken. All right, let's get out of this. I almost just walked in this house with y'all on my chest. Back, shoulders. All right, we're gonna put this right here. Whew. Whew. We're gonna put y'all right here. Now I just look at the pretty flowers for a hot second. Yeah, look at that. Look at that shot. Alrighty, got y'all back in my couch. This kangaroo hop on out there one last time. grab some of these squishes and zucchinis. Zucchinis. Oh, it's such a lovely day. So I'm about to go get my laptop and come back out here and grab me a shady spot and get some work done until the heat runs me in, baby. Because it's too beautiful not to. All right, let's get this squash right here. I hope y'all can. I'm going in. I'm assuming y'all can see. I hope you can. Now, squash and zucchini, I ain't gonna say picky. I'm sporadic. I'm kind of random on how I harvest. Most of the time, the squash I just kind of twist off. They have that thin stem that comes off easily. Now, zucchini has a thicker stem. It'll more likely break at this point right here than come off clean without cutting it. That's just been my experience. Now I got y'all all sideways, like we drifting. All right, we're gonna try to get us a cut and catch. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. I might have to just, I might have to go by the office, drive it to the office one day, just to drop off squash and zucchini. But I don't really like doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want my stuff wasted. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you don't, you know what I'm saying? I would prefer people to say, nah, they don't want it if they don't eat it, don't want it. Don't just take it because you feel like you have to. Because I can find somebody else who actually needs it and want it. If you don't, that's cool. I'm not going to take it personally. I know not everybody eats squash as you can. That's still, that's a good side, but we're going to let that get bigger. Everybody's different how they like their squash. I prefer mine on the smaller side to keep them more tender. But that's me. Some people like them big. They can use them to make make noodles for like pastas or bake zucchini bread. Let's check this one. This one looks kind of weak. And by that, it looks weird. It's kind of small. And then squeezing this, it has some give to it. When everything's right, they don't really have a whole lot of play to them when you squeeze them. That's soft. Toss in the compost. All right, little homies. All right, y'all gotta come too. You come. You come. Get y'all. Oh, yeah, babe. Got some nice little squishes. Got some nice squishes. And we'll take you. You coming with me now. Listen to me now. Listen to me. That's that old Doc Ock from the Spider-Man movie. I think Spider-Man 2. When he was talking to his arms at the end. And he was becoming a good guy. Listen to me now. I remember the most random things. All right, what are we looking like? What are we looking like? That looks good. It's little. We're gonna leave that one. Let's see. Now this one's just an off color. This is super soft. This is go. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, someone's eating that. I hate when that happens because the plant has just spent energy on this fruit and it probably didn't start developing right from the beginning. So I could have, had I noticed it, could have popped it off and saved the plant some energy. Or maybe could have diverted that energy to something else that was growing. I think that might be it. We don't have any zucchini that's quite ready. That one looks kind of deformed. Or some of my people would say ill-formed. It looked ill-formed. It looks deformed, so. Now these zucchini just don't put off of me like the squash do, man. That's just my experience. Okay, that's cool. That's everything. We can go and shut this thing down. I'm glad the weather played nice. I'm starting to enjoy it. This more and more. Oh, look at him. We got a bowl of squishes. We got some squishes. We got some squishes. We got some squishes. Hey, 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 hey. All right. Let me cook on. I've been at this for an hour. I appreciate everybody for showing up. I appreciate anybody who came in, holler at your boy, drop the chat, drop the comment. Just look to learn something maybe. Um, so we're gonna end this thing like we always end this thing. Look at that. But I really must say, I really don't. I really try to come from a place of being humble. But the place is looking nice. The homestead is looking nice. And I must say, bro, looking at pictures from 3, 4 years ago, it didn't look like this. You know what I'm saying? I never would have thought it, but I just go ahead and tell you, bro, just make a plan to get one thing done a day, a month, a year, and you'll end up creating what it is that you want to create, bro. Whether you realize it or not. Everything that I said I wanted is slowly happening. So, you know what I'm saying? Use your words, that power, right? Speak it into existence. Speak things that are not as though they were until they are. All right? Or say it another way. Say it 5 times and cast a spell. Whatever works for you. But anyway, y'all know how this goes, right? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be out here tomorrow, weather permitting, doing something. I'm going to catch a couple of breaks, have lunch today, and come out here and do some work, and I'll see what else needs to be done. And we'll just pick back up with what we need to do. Hopefully, it might be planting some piri seeds. I need to do that. Or getting some of this ginger in the ground into a pot so we can go and get into a little transplant size. Then we can get it out here in the ground and maybe have some extra to sell. All right, so y'all know how this goes, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hollering at your boy Reaper Suburban Homestead. Create more than you consume. And you don't have to suck at this, because I do. Y'all have a good one, all right? Peace.